Primetime officially arrived last night. Deion Sanders landing in Broomfield late Saturday night. Today we saw quite the press conference, officially naming him the newest head coach of your Colorado Buffaloes football team. Coach Prime was greeted by a crowd of eager CU fans outside the gates at Rocky Mountain Metropolitan Airport. That was just the first example of the palpable buzz sweeping through Boulder since all of those rumors first began about hiring Neon Deion.
This is our coach. This is coach.
That's all right.
Wow.
Y'all are awesome. That is all right.
CU's football facilities primed for Coach Prime's arrival. Sanders got a tour of the place that he's going to call home for the next 5 years. After he arrived in Boulder last night, from the training rooms to the meeting rooms to the practice facilities in Folsom Field, Deion got to soak it all in with some family members and assistant coaches. He was even met by some eager CU students who stayed up real late to greet their new football coach. And that all led up today, this afternoon, where there was a press conference the Buffs held to formally introduce Sanders as the 28th full-time head coach in team history.
Yeah, it was a press conference unlike many others we've seen. Ariel Orsuto is on hand. She's with us now live. We're talking about a lot of energy in Boulder and a lot of work about to get underway.
Yeah, the energy is palpable here. In fact, the introductory press conference was standing room only. He even made a joke to me about how it was just standing room only and how it's going to get even more as the wins roll in. And he did promise that those wins will roll in. Now, it's not just his winning mentality that lured people in, it's his way with words and his ability to connect with every community that he enters. At Jackson State, Coach Prime made a commitment to the historically black college community to rebuild and revitalize it. And he doubled down today that he will continue to take care of black athletes and every athlete on his roster.
The thing that alarms me the most is just because I'm leaving Jackson, they think that I'm leaving African Americans. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm black. I can never leave who I am and what I am and how I go about being that. So it is still my task to look in that locker room and see 65 to 70% of African American men trying to help them get to the next level, as well as all the others. My college is not built on a location. It's built on a destination. Now that was good. You're supposed to clap for that.
Coach Prime said he'll bring a lot of that Jackson State feel over here. You'll see it pregame, you'll see it with the energy that they bring, and you'll see it with his own son, quarterback Shedeur Sanders. And in fact, he announced today that he would be the starting quarterback. Now, he did say he'll have to earn it, but I believe that was a bit more tongue-in-cheek than anything else, Tom and Kim.
That's one of the things I want to ask you about, because obviously when you're talking about the transfer portal and many players flowing into the program theoretically with Deion Sanders, coaches flowing into the program, that also means some people in the program may be flowing out. I imagine there's quite a sense of excitement, but also apprehension as far as this turnover.
Yeah, I mean, you said people flowing out. I mean, we heard the video of him talking to some players in the locker room earlier today, and he said that there may not be some coaches retained, and, you know, there may not be some players retained. You don't know any of that, but that with the portal opening up tomorrow, there's going to be a lot of excitement about the players that are coming into this program, and you're going to see a lot of those 4- and 5-star players that are being plucked out of the portal and being asked to be put into the portal, like to come here. And that's what's going to really create this turnover, this instant turnover overnight, Tom.
And then hopefully an instant turn in the wins and losses. And Coach Prime addressed and Rick George addressed the fact that, you know what, we're not going to be a stadium, a beautiful stadium in a lovely setting where all the fans from the other team show up.
Well, yeah, Kim, I mean, the thing that kept me coming back every Saturday was this lovely stadium and the lovely weather. But we don't want that to be the only reason why people are coming here, especially, like you said, the other teams. I mean, because I can think back to 2019, the last time Nebraska was here, and it was all red. I mean, at least in that visitor side, on the side against the Flatirons, it was all red over there. And so that's what they don't want to see. And in fact, that's what Rick George said. The very first thing out of his mouth was, don't give your tickets away. That better be all black and gold for that Nebraska game, because that's the first game of the season.
Yeah, the first home game will be in Boulder against Nebraska, so that'll be coming up September 9th, nine months away.
Coach Prime, come on.
It'll be quite an event. Ariel, thanks so much, as always, for your coverage from up in Boulder today.